Welcome into Drew Silly Diamonds for Sunday, June 15th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the Sunday MLB slate of games, 4 games breaking down for you. So we got the analysis on the bets coming your way. Let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. It helps grow the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. We got question and answers coming your way. So any questions, fire away in the comments. We'll answer them on future shows. But let's get into some of the picks here. Starting early on Sunday, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, 10:35 a.m. Pacific. It is the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals. NL East matchup here with Yuri Perez going for the Fish, Mackenzie Gore, the lefty, for the Nationals. Now, if you don't know Yuri Perez, he's been injured, but this is one of the top prospects for the Marlins, the 22-year-old Dominican-born pitcher. Man, he throws like 100 miles an hour. He is 0-1 on the year. He went 3 innings in his first start back against the Pirates, 5 strikeouts. He has 27 strikeouts and 22 innings in the minors in his rehab start. So this guy can miss some bats. Now, he does have some control issues and can be hit around at times. But in terms of the strikeouts, I think they're going to be there. And I don't think the books are going to be on to his strikeout kind of potential here. So I'm looking to go K-prop over for the Marlins starter, Yuri Perez. And on the national side, it's that same theme with Mackenzie Gore. I mean, the 26-year-old number 3 pick overall a couple years ago, he's got a sub-2.8 ERA and FIP. He's got 101 strikeouts on the season. So we're going to go back-to-back here. I mean, he's getting a Marlins lineup, which, let's face it, probably bottom 5 in Major League Baseball. I think he racks up the strikeout props as well. So we're going both pitchers strikeout prop to the over in the first game up for Sunday. We got next one up, New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox. Yankees-Red Sox series here, 1:35 p.m. Eastern start time in Fenway Park. We get Brian Bayo on the hill for the Red Sox, Max Fried, the lefty, going for the Yankees. Now, breaking this one, guys, breaking this one down as I'm doing this as the look-ahead show for Sunday. So I'm doing it going into the weekend. The numbers are not out yet, but I'm going to look to be on the Yankees, most likely on the run line. And the reason being, it's likely to be pushed up price point-wise, so I don't want to pay too much. I think it will be kind of expensive. So getting it down, Yankees as the road team on the run line. This team's playing some good baseball coming into the series. I mean, plus over 100 run differential. They've been great on the road, 7 games over 500 on the road. And they got Max Fried. I mean, just been lights out. Sub-2 ERA. He's 9-1 on the season, 81-18 strikeout to walk ratio. He's up against Brian Bayo, 26-year-old Dominican-born pitcher. Decent career, decent numbers overall this season, 4 ERA and 4 FIP. But the strikeout to walk ratio, he's got 50-plus innings pitched. Only 37 strikeouts and 25 walks. Now he's going up against really the number 1 lineup overall in the Bronx Bombers. I think he struggles here. We're going to go on the Yankees, listing Fried as the starter. Yankees run line over the Red Sox. Next one up, 1:40 Eastern. We got 3 early starts, 1 afternoon start on the show. We got the Tampa Bay Rays, New York Mets. Shane Baz on the hill for the Rays. Griffin Canning going for the Metropolitans. Now, the Mets coming in, great season overall, 45-24 win-loss record. And they got Canning on the hill, the second rounder out of UCLA, 6-2, 3.2 ERA. He's up against Shane Baz, a high prospect guy. We bet on him a bunch throughout the season if you've watched the show. I mean, he'll touch triple digits on the radar gun. But it's just kind of like decent numbers. He can be hit around at times. And really part of the handicap for me is the Rays have played 68 games this season and only 25 road games. Now, we knew this going into the year. I don't know if it had something to do with them playing in a minor league ballpark, so they wanted to get a lot of home games early in the season. But when the Rays have been playing on the road, kind of pre-All-Star break, there hasn't been many games. Therefore, I'm looking to kind of go against them, particularly against good teams. I would put the Mets. I mean, they're top of the standings in the NL East. They got Griffin Canning on the hill. I'd put them as a good team. They got the slight bullpen edge as well. They've been good against righties, and this lineup is hot coming into the weekend. So we're going to list Canning as the starter. We're going to jump on the Mets over the Rays. Now, we do have 1 game left. It will be 4:10 Eastern time. Padres and Diamondbacks. But do want to give a shout out to everybody commenting below. I'm in there each and every show, chiming it up with you guys. I try to do it as much as possible, but it does help out the algorithm on YouTube. And some of you guys over the last, week plus have asked some questions and made some comments I want to point out here. So we'll just go down the list in terms of the most recent ones. We got Professor MJ. I want to give a shout out to him, the picks, the analysis. It's always fun to read. You give good analysis, reasons for your picks, more than welcome. Sometimes you're against me, but we can always learn. So shout out to you, Professor MJ, for the picks and the analysis. Want to give a shout out to David Montgomery, a VIP in the comments. Happy birthday to you, celebrating a birthday recently. I believe your 80th birthday. So you're always throwing out words of wisdom in the gambling world. Want to give a shout out to you, David Montgomery. Thanks for always chiming in. Also, Bill, a couple shows ago, saying he likes betting first 5 run lines, and he wants to know why anyone would bet first 5 money line. And I would just throw out there, Bill, off the top of my head, I mean, if you're betting first 5 money line, I guess you could still push, whereas the run line, if the team that you're betting on and you're laying, minus a half a run, you would then lose that bet instead of push. That could be one if you like betting more favorites. And also maybe the juice could be a little bit different. Those would be the only 2 things I would throw out there, but I don't necessarily disagree with you. Sometimes when you make a bet, you don't want to push, you kind of want to ride what your analysis is, what your thoughts are on the game. So Bill, I guess I would only comment, when you bet full game, you do get the minus 105, it's half off betting baseball. You only have to risk $105 to win 100. Whereas like in football, basketball, you got to risk 110 to win 100. In the first 5 market, you kind of lose that at most sports books. So that's why I like betting full game, particularly if you're breaking down the bullpens. I think it could actually work to your advantage. But to your question, I really don't have a good answer other than, the pushing with the favorites in terms of betting money lines first 5 and run lines first 5. But anybody else, feel free to comment in if you're better in the first 5 market, and you can answer Bill's question. Why bet money line in the first 5 instead of run line in the comments below? Also, Anthony asking a few shows ago, probably about a week ago, do I think the Marlins get relocated? Well, Anthony, a little low shot, but no, it's all right. I've been a lifelong Marlins fan. I grew up in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale, and I was in like Little League, 93, even before Little League. So, being at that age as a kid, I really don't have a choice to be a Marlins fan. I've been a lifelong Marlins fan, and really outside of 2 or 3 years, they've all been tough to be a Marlins fan. And do they get relocated? It's always kind of been out there in the news, but I believe what they signed with Dade County, Dade County kind of got the wrong side of that deal in terms of, I believe if you own property, own business in Dade County, you had to pay a lot more taxes to get, the fish tank built, their new stadium. So I think they actually have to stay there for some time. But when that contract's over, maybe, possibly. But as a Marlins fan, I don't think they built it in the right location. They put it where the old Miami Hurricanes Stadium is, which kind of makes it very difficult for fans in Broward and Palm Beach County to get there, just because if you've ever driven in South Florida, it's a lot of traffic. So to get to a 7:00 game, it takes a lot to go to the games. Let's put it that way. I kind of felt like they should have put it more where the Dolphins are, or even into Broward County. So then you could get more fans and easier access off of the interstate. But those are just my thoughts. But do I think they get relocated? Not anytime soon because of the contract, Anthony. But thank you for the question. All right, we'll get back to the picks here. Last pick for Sunday. Try to be quick with it, guys. We got the Padres and the Diamondbacks. Nick Pivetta versus Merrill Kelly. I'm looking to be on the Diamondbacks. They got Kelly on the hill, the 36-year-old out of Arizona State, back-to-back 6 and 7 inning performances, 0 earned runs given up. So he's riding a hot right hand, 15 strikeouts, only 5 hits in his last 2 starts. He's up against Nick Pivetta, good pitcher overall, but the 32-year-old giving up 9 earned runs with only 8 strikeouts in his last 2 starts, lasting 10 innings. So he has not been pitching well. I'm more of a better of what have you done for me recently. Merrill Kelly's been a lot better than Nick Pivetta. Now, I know if you watch Saturday's show, we were on the the Padres over the Diamondbacks. We're going to flip it here, guys. We're going Diamondbacks over Padres. They have been the hotter lineup. So that's going to do it for the Saturday show, guys. If you're into premium picks, check them out. WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin. In recap, we got the Diamondbacks over the Padres. We got the Mets over the Rays. We got the Yankees over the Red Sox. And for the best bet, we are going both strikeout props to the over in Yuri Perez and Mackenzie Gore in the Marlins Nationals game early on Sunday. So that does it for the Sunday show. As always, thanks for tuning in. Comment below. Anything more than welcome, guys. Smash that like button. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Cash those tickets.